It's that time once again, so let's head back to the wonderfully wicked world of Wooster, Ohio, and the haunted world of CW. Okay, so episodes 16 and 17, this is a double review, and I'm actually going to skip over the synopsis for this one because, you know, double review equals more time, and I'm trying to keep these under a certain point. Makes them easier to upload. Still, nonetheless, there is a spoiler alert here. You know, there are a lot of things that I'm going to be talking about that are in the videos. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go ahead and go check it out. Now that that's said, let's go ahead and begin. So it looks like now we're doing more than just two things at once. And with more than just two things at once comes more than one group of monster hunters. We're going to have not just Constance and crew of her wacky Ghostbuster crew, but we're also going to have the old school version of father and even now brother. Kind of combining the way that those work. You know, I mean, Max, the dad, kind of got a report of a naked man running around in the woods, and he's thinking, oh, Sasquatch, turns out to be his brother. That was actually kind of predictable, given the whole werewolf angle that we saw last time. You know, and the ground rules thing, that was freaking hilarious. Loved it, loved it, loved it. You know, he's a master of the old ways, whereas his daughters are a master of the new. And he kind of wants to prove himself. I really understand where that's coming from. I really do. And quite frankly, I'm really glad that we can see that, because as a father myself, I know for a fact that if I'd screwed up, I'd want to make it up to my kids. So there's that there. And you know, of course, now the new school kids, they have something new, and it sort of came up by accident. What do I mean by it came up by accident? Well, Constance, talking to a fan, ends up hearing a murder song. A cursed song that they discover on the deep web actually has murderous properties. And now it's being used against her. That really is a creative angle. I like it a lot, and I'm going to tell you why. See, I'm not exactly a spring chicken. I think we all know that. And when it comes to being my age, I remember a time when people like Ozzy Osbourne, Kiss, you know, even to a certain extent, Metallica, Megadeth, Guns N' Roses, yada, yada, yada. They were all accused of Satanism and things like that. It was even kind of lampooned a bit in Little Nicky. I don't know if you guys saw that movie. I actually kind of like Adam Sandler movies. I know, one of the people that's preventing good taste. But you know what? Hey, there's something positive to everything. In a way, yeah, it's a really clever angle, because there's always been a mass hysteria when it comes to, oh, you know, this causes people to die and this causes people to kill. Dungeons & Dragons really went through a big hysteria back in the 80s, and I still give that the middle finger. Right there. One big middle finger up. But, you know, again, it really has come around. It really has, you know, kind of faded a bit, but we're always still looking for scapegoats, and for this to come around, I think it's a neat play. I really think it's a really neat thing to do. And thank you. Well, why does Slenderman have a hat? Thunk. I don't mean to say the guy should have died, but I understand. This has been explained time and time and time again. How many more times does this have to be explained? Well, King James being, well, King James, now we're kind of seeing that there might be a doppelganger situation. That's an angle I didn't count on. I actually thought while I was working on Season 3's retrospective, and I mean, I've watched it like 3 times now, I'm working on a 4th, to try and make sure that what I'm seeing is right, you know, based on things that I've seen recently. You know, now the fact that there might be 2 King James, the one that we knew before and then the one we know now, it really, really is making me question everything I knew. Oh, and by the way, KJ, I can't believe you're actually letting me upload these. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I guess there is a kind of a truce going on, a détente, so to speak. But you know, it's really neat to see that, and also the fact that he was in the garage when he filmed it, proving that the barrier doesn't work. There has to be a way to modify the spell. There has to be. I don't know what it is, but there has to be something that she can do. He's already admitted, actually, accidentally, that his power isn't as strong as Constance, but it's growing. So, let's see what it does. You know, let's see what hers does, because hers is evolving too. Kind of wonder what that's going to lead to. Now, the Hazmat angle is getting a little more play, and you know, it was a catfish that bit Whisper. Now all of a sudden it's not a catfish that bit Whisper. Kind of thinking something might be going on. You know, this was the explanation that was given. It was given to me by them, and now all of a sudden it's not true. Kind of makes me wonder what's happening here. Are you guys trying to keep me on my toes? Are you trying to keep me guessing? Even though you announced it yourself? I don't know. It is what it is. But, you know, it's definitely keeping me thinking, and I like that. You know, I like to think. I like to know what's happening. I like to know what's going on. You know, but I like to also guess. You know, there's the unknown element. And I think that works really well, so... yeah. One other thing that I've also noticed is that there seems to be an improvement in the editing, and I really think that this is a cool thing. You know, when you place these together, there's a sort of a new signature being developed, and you got to remember that this is coming from a cast change. So you know they're now trying to put their own stamp on it, and I can understand that. You see, I run a D&D table. But my D&D table was originally somebody else's. They had their own way that they were running the adventure. Now I'm running the adventure. And I'm finishing it for them, but I have my own style. So it took a little while to try and smooth things out and make it my own. And now that I have my chance, I'm doing it my way. Kind of like how when a TV show, you know, on network television, it gets a new actor in a role. You know, it takes a little while for them to make the show theirs, but they do it, you know. Spin City, it's a big example. You had Michael J. Fox forever, and all of a sudden, you know, he has to leave. And here comes Charlie Sheen. First off, Charlie Sheen, really? Second off, Charlie Sheen, awesome. And third, you know, he made the show his own before it finally decided that the show had to give up the ghost. But you know, it's a great thing. It really is. And for them to have made the show their own, they're sort of branching out with it, and to still acknowledge what happened before and maintain it. That's something that's really hard to do, and I give them props. I give them kudos. Thumbs up. And it's another reason why I'm a huge fan of the show. Is it going to be perfect? There's going to be hiccups on the way. And of course I'm going to address them. But let's face facts. This show rocks. So that's my double review here of episodes 6, I believe it's 16 and 17, 15, 16, something like that. You know, it's a double review. It's sometimes hard to keep track, especially since I've been working all day. So in the meantime, you know, please like the video if you like it. Leave a comment if you watch it. Sub to the channel. Spread the word. And there's a link down to my Patreon below. If you wish to donate, you can. If you don't, I'm still doing this for free. I'm cool. I would like to get some better equipment in. But, you know, I'm working for it. In the meantime, there's actually going to be a week coming up here pretty soon where I'm not going to be able to do a review right away because I'm going on vacation. Thought I'd go ahead and throw it in at the end of this video since it might be a little shorter. And I'll just have to cover it and possibly another double review when I come back. In the meantime, there's a link down to their channel in the description below. Go to the channel. Please watch. Watch everything. All the videos. Like, comment, sub to them. Do it now. I beg of you. I would be on hands and knees, but it would look really weird being on a camera like this. So, in the meantime, this is JDPaladin talking to all of you out there. Please stay righteous.